In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. One day, Nu'man ibn Thabit, also known as Abu Hanifa, who was one of the 4 Sunni Imams and the founder of the Hanafi school of thought, came to a barber in Mina to shave his head. The barber said, "Come close to your right, face the Qibla, and say Bismillah." Abu Hanifa learned 3 qualities from him that he did not have. Abu Hanifa asked him, "Are you a slave or a free man?" He said, "A slave." Abu Hanifa inquired, "For whom?" He replied, "For Jafar ibn Muhammad, peace be upon him." Abu Hanifa then asked, "Is he present or absent?" And the barber responded, "Present." Subsequently, Abu Hanifa went to the house of Imam Sadiq, peace be upon him, to meet him and requested permission, but the Imam did not grant it. Abu Hanifa mentioned, "I waited for a while until some people from Kufa came and sought permission to meet him, and upon their request, he allowed them, and I entered the house with them. When I stood in his presence, I said, 'It is appropriate for you to send a representative to Kufa and advise the people there not to speak ill of the companions of Muhammad, peace be upon him. More than 10,000 people in this city are speaking ill of the Prophet's companions.' The Imam replied, 'The people do not accept me.' Abu Hanifa questioned, 'How can they not accept your words when you are the descendant of the Prophet of Allah?' The Imam responded, 'You yourself are one of those who do not listen to me. You entered the house without my permission. You did not sit down without me asking you, and you did not start speaking without permission. I have heard that you issue fatwas based on analogy.' Abu Hanifa confirmed, 'Yes.' The Imam then expressed his concern, saying, 'Woe to you, the first one who expressed an opinion based on this was Iblis, when Allah commanded him to prostrate to Adam. He refused, saying, 'I will not prostrate because you created me from fire and him from clay, and fire is worthier than clay.' To invalidate analogy, the Imam provided examples in Islamic laws that contradict this principle and said, 'In your opinion, is killing an innocent person greater or committing adultery?' Abu Hanifa replied, 'Killing an innocent person.' The Imam, peace be upon him, pointed out, 'So if acting on analogy is correct, then why is it enough to have 2 witnesses to prove murder, but 4 witnesses are required to prove adultery? Does Islamic law agree with analogy?' Abu Hanifa replied, 'No.' The Imam continued to challenge Abu Hanifa by asking, 'Is urine dirtier or semen?' Abu Hanifa answered, 'Urine.' The Imam questioned, 'Then why did Allah command people to perform ablution for the former, but a full bath for the latter? Does this ruling agree with analogy?' Abu Hanifa replied, 'No.' The Imam further questioned, 'Is prayer more important or fasting?' Abu Hanifa replied, 'Prayer.' The Imam asked, 'So why is it obligatory to make up missed fasts for a menstruating woman, but not for missed prayers? Does this ruling agree with analogy?' Abu Hanifa again replied, 'No.' The Imam then raised the issue of a verse interpretation. 'Then on that day you will surely be questioned concerning the blessing,' stating that Abu Hanifa interpreted it to mean Allah will hold people accountable for the delicious food and cool water they consume in the summer. Abu Hanifa agreed with this interpretation. Then Imam asked, 'If someone invited you to his house, served you tasty food and cool water, and then held you indebted for his favor, how would you judge such a person?' Abu Hanifa replied, 'I would say he was miserly.' To this the Imam responded, 'Is Allah so miserly as to call us to account for the foods he has given us?' Then Abu Hanifa inquired about the blessings and favors mentioned in the Qur'an that man will be questioned about. The Imam clarified, 'It is the blessing of loving us, the al-Bayt of the Holy Apostle of Allah.' In this way, Imam Jafar Sadiq peace be upon him, proved Abu Hanifa's analogy wrong. Indeed, during his era, no scholar of religion was more knowledgeable than Imam Jafar Sadiq, peace be upon him, who imparted great knowledge to the Ummah and taught the true Islam. Some people think that the Jafari school of thought is a sect that emerged from other sects. However, the reality is that the Jafari school of thought is the highest, the most noble, and adheres to the true Islam among all sects, as it follows the teachings of Imam Jafar Sadiq, peace be upon him.